The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah! Go Cowboys!
This is Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign, trusted by over 500 NFL players for their winning smiles, and broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now your host, Nicole Hutchison.
What's up, Cowboys Nation? Welcome into Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign in the SWBC studio. I'm Nicole Hutchison alongside Brianna Aldridge, Christy Scales, Aisha Morrison. Ladies, what up? Good morning. What's poppin'? We got a game day in about 2 days.
Woo!
Happy
Friday. Ready.
Let's go. Wake up.
I had that game last night.
Let's talk about it. Well, we're going to cut to a straight chaser.
Yeah.
See what I did there. Let's go. We've got a reporter from North Carolina, Kasey Funderburg, that is joining the show to give us an insight on the Carolina Panthers, who, of course, came back from a 17-0 deficit against the Miami Dolphins. Hello. What's up, Kasey? How you doing?
Hi, good morning, y'all. I love this energy that you guys are bringing. Like this is what wakes you up and gets you ready for Friday. I'm loving it, and I'm so glad to be here with you guys this morning.
Hey, Bree, shout out to Bree, helping you get on the show. We appreciate you so much for taking out the time, but we wake up with some energy. That's why we got that wake up. Hello. But no, we're going to get to it. My question is to you is, what kind of stood out schematically about the way that Carolina attacked Miami's defense, and how much do you feel like they can carry that over against Dallas on Sunday?
Yeah, well, obviously someone that you guys are probably pretty familiar with, Rico Dowdle, the way that he was able to just play his game against the Dolphins was pretty impressive last week. They had to switch to that one-back situation because of Chuba Hubbard being hurt. He's the top running back for the Carolina Panthers right now, but he's actually, I think he's not even practiced all week long, so he might be out again this week against the Cowboys. But he was benched last week due to an injury, so it was an opportunity for us to see what makes Rico Dowdle so impressive. I mean, he had 1,000 yards last season, so we already knew that. But I think that was the big thing, Carolina just really sticking to their run game, sticking to that one-back scheme, and then obviously going to their receivers when they needed to. But, Carolina all season long, they've talked about we're going to be a run-first offense. And I think last week was the first time that we saw that, and we saw it in a way that actually showcased what they've been preaching basically since minicamp, back in May or whenever that was.
Thank you, girl. What you got, Brie?
And then just kind of quick about the receivers. I feel like the only thing I'm really seeing consistent over there is the rookie McMillan. And it looks like Leggett was kind of falling off there for a little bit. I know he was dealing with a little bit of injury, but who else are they kind of leaning on, or Dallas should be preparing for defensively, but outside of McMillan, or is that just the who they need to look for?
Yeah, well, obviously McMillan is going to be a big one that I think Dallas will focus on a lot, and T-Mac has been really trying to get into the end zone. He hasn't scored his first touchdown as a rookie yet, so I know that's what he's trying to do. Hunter Renfrow, he's the guy that Carolina picked up and has been, honestly, a really surprising player for Carolina. He's been consistent. He's a guy that Bryce Young can count on to run his routes correctly, get to where he needs to be, catch the ball. I think in our first two games, Renfrow was the top receiver. So he's a guy that I think Dallas will have to watch out for. And they've probably, played him quite a few times when he was with the Raiders. But he is a guy who I personally really enjoy watching and I think has been really great for the Panthers. And I think Leggett, he came back last week. He got a touchdown, which I think was great for his confidence because that's what I think was lacking. He was going through, obviously, an injury, but I think there was maybe some confidence that he was lacking in the first few weeks, and so the Panthers were trying to give him time just to get out of his head. And last weekend, I think he did that. So I'm hoping we're going to see the Leggett that they, drafted 2 years ago.
Kasey, I'd like to go to the other side of the ball for just a moment because after Nicole mentioned the comeback after falling behind by 17 points to Miami last week, the defense really stepped up and helped with that rally. But one thing with the Cowboys defense that's been a concern this year is the pass rush, mainly the lack thereof. And 9 sacks because they had a big week last week. But, man, the Panthers, just the numbers, only 5 sacks. Is there like DEFCON 5 going on there in Carolina? And what do you see going on with that line in the pass rush?
5 sacks is not. There's a couple players who almost have that on their own at this point on different teams. So the pass rush, I think, has been probably one of the more difficult things for this Panthers defensive line. And when it comes to going up against Dak Prescott, you have to be able to put pressure on him, or he's going to be able to make plays in the pocket. And so one thing that I think they figured out last week that helped the line a lot, obviously Derek Brown, he's your leader on the defensive line, but they actually switched up the captains on defense last week. Christian Roseboom was no longer the captain. Wallace took over that spot, and it allowed some of those some of the linebackers to play a little bit more freely and allow the defensive line to kind of rely on them a little bit more. And so I think that's what's going to help them going forward. That was the first time they had changed that up this season. And so I think that's going to help them as far as the pass rush goes. But that's been one of the biggest things that Carolina has been focusing on, even in the offseason, is how are we going to get to the quarterback? Because last season, I think their defense, the team as a whole, was ranked 32nd in the league. I mean, they were literally at the bottom. And so they've figured out a little bit the secondary, because that's where they spent the most time in the offseason. But as far as the guys that are going to be putting pressure on Dak and the guys that are going to be lining up, having Derek Brown healthy, because they didn't have him last season, having him healthy, and then having the switch up with the linebackers, I think is what's going to be the difference for Carolina going forward, and hopefully for their sake, getting to Dak Prescott a few times on Sunday.
Oh, you answered my question about the linebacker situation, because Trevin Wallace out of Kentucky getting the opportunity to get more snaps is something that it sounds like for you folks is a good thing. I was looking at it for Dallas as somewhere where I thought maybe they could take advantage. But I wanted to ask you about Bryce Young and his development. We're seeing him, most of his touchdowns this year have come against man coverage, 7 TDs. Dallas plays zone at a very high clip, only second to you folks in Carolina. Has Coach talked about how his development is going and how they can help improve, some of the things that he's struggling with in zone coverage? He has 4 interceptions against zone coverage this year.
Yeah, that's one thing we talk a lot about on our show is just, has Bryce kind of figured out how to play that role? Because it seems like when he is going up against zone coverage, it's almost like his quickness delays a few seconds, right? And that's led to some of those interceptions. I will say Coach Canales is always saying he has full confidence in him, full confidence in his growth. But that has been a big question all year long, even in the win against the Falcons, even in the win against Miami, is has Bryce Young improved enough from year one to now to be able to lead this team in big games, to be able to go against a coverage that he doesn't play well typically against, but come out successful. And so do I think he has improved from last season to this season? Maybe. The numbers don't really provide that. He's not had a lot of big yardage games, and that's concerning. If he's not throwing the ball for over 200 yards, I mean, you're getting sacked, or you're not getting to the run game, or you're not making plays. And so I will say it is concerning, his lack of numbers that he's able to put up, and the fact that, once someone shows a zone coverage, then they're at the risk of turning the ball over, because that's all that he's done this season. So Dave Canales has full confidence in him. The guys in the locker room say that they have full confidence in him. But until he's able to actually put those numbers up and show it on the field consistently, I don't know if he's going to be the long-term guy for the Panthers, honestly.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
if I can follow up on that, Kasey, because you mentioned the turnovers, and sometimes it's matchups, and sometimes teams just have your number. But, last year, Bryce responsible for 4 turnovers against the Cowboys. He lost the 2 fumbles, and there were the 2 interceptions. And then the year before, lost a fumble, and that was one of Deron Bland's pick sixes of his record-breaking year. So it sounds like this is a concern for Bryce that goes way beyond Cowboys. Would that be a fair assumption?
Yeah, I think so, and especially going back to his first year, I definitely think a problem with that was the offensive line was not what it is now, and so obviously that put a lot of pressure on him. And Bryce, I'll give it to him. He's had to go through, already a coaching change in his professional career, and so this is his first time having consistency with a head coach, with an offensive coordinator, being at the helm of the offense. And so I do think that's played a big role in that. But it is a concern, him being able to take care of the ball, him being able to make decisions quickly. It's not like he doesn't know what he's doing. Bryce is not a bad quarterback by any means. It's just being able to get being able to process what's happening in front of him quick enough to make a decision. And I will say this season, the offensive line is back in full force. We did lose a couple guys to injury that will hopefully be here in a couple weeks, because that was a big thing coming into the season, is the offensive line was going to be the same guys they had last season. And the offensive line was probably the only strong unit that the Panthers had last season. And so I think when those guys are performing at their best, which it seems like last week they were, so hopefully they'll carry that over to this week. But when those guys are performing at their best, it allows Bryce to spend a little more time making decisions. But he is one of the slower quarterbacks in the league when it comes to making decisions, and I think we've seen that with these turnovers where that really hurts this Carolina offense.
Yeah, you think you're going to have Moten this week? I know he's missed a couple days this week, your right tackle.
So Moten, he was in practice this week. They've not come out with the injury report. We'll probably get that after practice this morning. They're going to hit the field around 11 a.m. Eastern time, so we'll probably get that afterwards. He was in practice when I was there on Thursday, so would love to have him out there because obviously he's a big-time guy for this offensive line, but we should hopefully know by this afternoon who's going to be suiting up on Sunday and who's not.
Kasey, before we wrap up, my last question to you is, the Cowboys obviously have found some life in their run game, ran for over 100 yards in each of the first 5 games. Of course, they've got a new guy, Javonte Williams, leading the way for them. I mean, what's your thoughts on Javonte Williams, considering, you guys are fresh off one of the best defensive performances in y'all's franchise's history, holding the Dolphins to just 14 rushing yards?
Yeah, well, and what's crazy is the Panthers have been not great at stopping the run game, and so when I saw the stats from the Dolphins game, I watched it, but it's like when you actually see the stats on paper, you're like, is this the same defense that we've been seeing all this season? So I do find that to be a little concerning. The stopping the run has been an issue for Carolina. Obviously, like I talked about, they spent a lot of time on the secondary and being able to, get some really good guys out there. But I think the defensive line, knowing that they need to put the pressure on this team and knowing that if they fail to do that, that could really allow Dallas to create some very explosive plays. I think that's going to help them. And obviously the linebacker situation where they've been able to bring in some of the younger guys that they brought on the team this year and allow them to just play their game. I think that's going to allow them to help minimize the rush, but that is probably one of Carolina's biggest concerns when it comes to the defensive side of the ball is stopping those guys. And when they're going up against a running back system as good as the Cowboys, I think it's going to be a really big challenge for the defense, but hopefully one that they're up to taking on Sunday.
Well, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't hope that y'all figure it out. I hope that y'all don't
Not
figure it
this
out
week.
till next week. But no, we appreciate you so much. Bree, shout out to you for allowing her to get some time and getting that together. So we appreciate you, girl. Thank you so much.
You.
And Bree will see you this weekend.
I will see you.
Yeah, see you Sunday. Okay.
Yes,
Kasey.
absolutely. Thank you.
No problem. All right, y'all.
God, that's great.
feel
That's
like we're
a
in
great
the-
breakdown.
Yeah, I just feel like we're in the Twilight Zone,
like
hearing
her
her
story.
talk about
Yeah.
Dallas's rushing attack. It's like,
Wow.
who? What?
That's us?
Who?
Wow.
Who got what to do?
We do.
Yeah.
To brag on our run game?
Yes. Yeah.
In our own
Come on. People nervous about it? Come on. She's flop blocking. She's flop blocking.
See that? I didn't know what that was. It's fine. It was my attempt. Chrissy's over me. It's fine.
Christy probably can pop block low key.
I believe it.
I believe it.
I believe it too. All right, we're going to take our first break here on Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign, and keep diving into this Cowboys offense because they hope to get clicking against this Panthers defense.
How does the cheerleader's hair always look so perfect? We asked, and they shared one of their biggest beauty secrets. If you want hair like theirs and confidence to match, use Babyliss Pro styling tools. The Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders use Babyliss Pro curling irons to get those perfect game day curls. To get the hair you see on the cheerleaders, head to BabylissPro.com. Use the code Cowboys20 for 20% off Babyliss Pro tools, the official styling tools of the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Get the discount while it lasts. Offer may be withdrawn at any time at advertiser's discretion.
When you're on the field, you know what it takes to lead your team and play with confidence. But that confidence shouldn't just stop at game time. It should follow you off the field, too. Join over 500 NFL players who trust Invisalign, the #1 doctor-recommended clear aligner brand. Ready to take the first step towards a smile you'll love? Visit Invisalign.com/NFL and find a doctor near you today. Transform your smile and take your confidence to the next level, both on the field and off.
Discover Aiden, the official luggage partner of the Dallas Cowboys and Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Known for top-tier engineering and craftsmanship, Aiden offers more than just bags. Originating from Australia and designed in New York, it merges fashion, design, and culture. Used by Dallas Cowboys players, staff, and the entire organization, Aiden provides style and functionality for all travelers. Visit AidenTheBrand.com and use code AidenXCowboys for 25% off your purchase. Travel like your favorite stars with Aiden.
All right, Cowboys fans, this one's for us. If the men in your life bleed blue and silver like we do, I've found the perfect way to elevate their game day rituals. Gillette just released their best razor in Cowboys colors, and it is everything a Cowboys fan could want. The new Gillette Labs official Dallas Cowboys licensed razor combines his Cowboys pride with Gillette's best shave. And with 50% longer lasting blades, it is truly the gift that keeps on giving. Get it while you can at Gillette.com/NFL. Gillette's best shave is also available as heated.
Cowboys Nation limited single game tickets are available right now. Get ready to bring the noise as you watch your Cowboys live at AT&T Stadium when they host NFC East rivals Eagles and Commanders, plus the Chiefs, Chargers, Vikings, and Cardinals. Visit DallasCowboys.com/tickets or SeatGeek.com, the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Welcome back into Girls Talk Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign in the SWBC studio. Nicole Hutchison, Brianna Aldridge, Christy Scales, Aisha Morrison, and ladies, wow, shout out to Kasey for giving us some good stuff. And that
Breaking it down.
really good.
Breaking it down.
Breaking it all down like the Cowboys, hoping to break it all down.
Break it.
You really want to dance for
Yeah, I
her.
really do. It's fine, but I'm not.
I'm gonna do it with her too.
It's all good.
I'm gonna egg you on.
That's why I love you, man. All right, the Cowboys run game, that was what we were able to finish off with. And Clayton Adams basically saying yesterday, I'm not satisfied.
It's not enough.
It's not enough. But, which is crazy because, I mean, like I said in the first segment, this team has rushed for over 100 yards in each of the first 5 games this season, something we could not say last year and the year before. Yeah, ladies, I mean, thoughts, sorry.
A little shady.
Sorry, thoughts on Clayton's words in terms of what you do need to see in terms of the improvement. Aisha, yeah.
Well, really, honestly, I don't know. I know he's a coach. So there's things that he is looking for maybe a little bit of a perfectionist, but what he's really talking about is mostly the guys getting to the second level, and which is what I'm assuming is some of those missed assignments when these guys are trying to get upfield, trying to drive on some of these linebackers. You can see that there's opportunity for some of these run plays to go even further if these guys were able to engage their blocks on the second level a little bit cleaner. We're not seeing a crap ton of pre-snap penalties, which is awesome from the offensive line. I think that stands out. But what I really think he is talking about is some of those little mishaps that are happening where there are creases for these running backs, but they kind of close up quicker than what he wants them to because you're not getting, there's a couple of times that you see like TJ Bass getting to the second level. He's been fantastic, but sometimes he struggles there. Brock Hoffman, sometimes he struggles there. Nate Thomas had a couple of blocks missed, when he was trying to get upfield. So I just think he's just looking for them to put it all together. But I feel like for us, that's not coaches.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm going to die. But I understand why he is looking for more from those guys, and he thinks they can be even more efficient, which is insane. But I think they want to be dominant.
Yeah.
And it sounds like he wants to, yes, you're efficient right now. They're able to run the ball in several different ways, but can you dominate every single time you decide to run the ball out the backfield? And I think that's what he's looking for, and it sounded like that.
Yeah, and he talked yesterday about staying committed to the run and Shoddy staying committed to the run. And the way that you can do that is by getting good yardage, not just 2-3 yards on these first down runs, staying ahead of the chains. We talk about that all the time, right? And not putting yourself in second and long, then later third and long. Yeah, and so, you look at the stats, and the Cowboys are top 10, specifically they're number 8 in rushing yards per game. But the more important statistic is the yards per carry, and it's 5.38. That's terrific. That's 4th in the league. Only the Commanders, Ravens, and Jets have more than that. And you look at the Ravens and the Jets, and even Jaden Daniels being healthy with the Commanders. A lot of that. Better run totals and higher averages because their quarterbacks get out there and get big gains. But, I think that the main thing is we know that Clayton Adams, with his background with offensive line, wants the commitment to the run game. But the main thing is him being simpatico with Shoddy and staying committed to it. And that's the main thing that I took away from yesterday's press conference with the offensive coordinator.
Yeah, the main thing that when he was talking that I wrote down was lacking consistency, because you've heard that from Schottenheimer, and now you're hearing it from Clayton Adams, who has a very much straight face, by the way, when he gives his answers. And I shout out to Patrick Walker there when he asked his question, saying, you guys are in pretty much top 5 categories and listed all these stuff. He's like, yeah, it's not good enough. But the lacking consistency is what I think of is when we're trying to figure out why Nate Thomas got a chance to go in there when Terrence Steele wasn't hurt. And then obviously when Guyton went out, he went over there. But I think that's what he's talking about, because he's willing to put some other people in to see what they can get, because it's not meeting his satisfactory, which is crazy to the outside world, because we're like, we'll take it. But I like that he's not settling for what you'll take it, because he also realizes, hey, we're in the beginning of our season still. Like, it's only going to get harder. I'm still smiling about what happened last night against the Eagles, right? Teams are figuring stuff out. The fact that the Giants were able to get that win over the Eagles just lets you know what type of anything can happen on any given day. And the Commanders, that's who you're facing after the Panthers, which statistically is going to be a tougher opponent coming in here. So I like the fact that, yes, we're giving them praise on both sides of the ball for what they were able to do against the Jets, a team they should have beaten, yes. But realistically, it's going to get tougher from here on out. So I like the standard that he's setting for this team, and he ain't playing no games.
And also,
go ahead. No, seriously.
Also, too, there's a Javonte Williams in some of these plays, and if you look, he's a Band-Aid.
He is.
He there are there's times where he is making things look a little prettier than what they are being blocked up front. His yards after his ability to run through contact,
getting
really
6 yards instead of 3.
And I think that Clayton, what he is saying is, what if he's not contacted? What if he's not contacted? What if you guys do hold up your blocks well? Man, then you're really going to get some of those explosive plays on the ground. I expect some explosive plays in this game.
He was talked about that into the film that he's watched, like when he goes and watches. And he said even at practice, he looks at like, okay, we're doing this good, but how are we taking 3 steps back from this thing that we did great just last week? So going back to that consistency, and to your point, he's watching that tape and probably itching like, we just did this and we executed and we took this step, and somehow we're back and we're not doing this well again. And I think it does come, even though we're praising him in the whole group for able to, get this win without 4 offensive starters. Continuity is a thing with offensive line. There's a reason why most coaches in the NFL do not like switching things out, and what he's been having kind of forced hand to do as well.
Yeah, and that's something that, granted, I know we respect the previous coaching staff, but I don't feel like we ever really got that from the previous OC in terms of, we did get it from Shotty, but in terms of like the offensive line and things like that, like I don't feel like we technically got that type of like, I'm not satisfied, like, So yeah,
it was lip service. It was a lot of lip service. But again, if you fall behind the chains, you can't run it consistently when it's 2nd and 8.
That was my concern last week. It was a lot of 2nd and 10s last week, and I was like, hey, stop that.
Yeah.
Stop doing that.
I know we talked about, I wanted to ask you ladies, I know we talked about it yesterday just a little bit in terms of like getting the screen game going, running backs involved in the screen game, but do you feel like they could also do a little misdirection as well to kind of take away their linebackers and things like that? What you got, Aisha?
Well, I mean,
do you think that could work?
How do I say this? So you shouldn't have one guy that really determines a lot of the motions and some of the stuff that you do. But Turpin not being out there matters. And there's not really anyone, even with Flanoy, they had him doing some of the motions and stuff like that as well this past game. There's not that many guys, I think, add up to a Turpin because of this, like the speed and the respect and all that stuff. So I think I have seen in the last game is that there was like not a downtick, but it's not as frequent. They were using Ryan Flanoy in some of those motion situations. He's not going to get the same respect. He's not going to get the same movement by those linebackers as a Kevontae Turpin would. So I think that's something they're going to probably have to figure out later. But for me, it also, too, is you mentioned the screen game. Shotty mentioned it.
Yeah.
Shotty mentioned, he has to do more in the screen game. That's something that Dallas has.
Please.
Oh my God, it's been a generation.
You have to wish, baby. You have to
2
wish
generations.
You have to wish upon a star.
2 generations.
You have to wish upon a star for a screen game.
Oh, I'm serious.
Not for real. Like it's that serious.
Kristen, I've been waiting.
Kristen,
hey, those of us who grew up with Preston Pearson, and you know I'm right. Everyone over 45.
I'm screaming. Like, I'm Lugo. Who's that? But to your point,
don't worry, I'm kicking her under the table for all of us.
To your point, that is something that I was hoping that Dallas would get going a little bit more even last week. Now you are going up against, and that's why I was asking Kasey, like, what's going on with your second level, with your linebackers and stuff? Because they got nuggets out there, we got nuggets out there. Sometimes nuggets make mistakes. I think Dallas can really take advantage of the screen game in this game. And more importantly, also too, they corners don't like to tackle like that. Hey, love me some JC.
What did you see on JC Horn when he came out?
love me some JC Horn, but he got that I'm avoiding this spirit. He not trying
making business decisions.
He is not about to engage in that, and I think Dallas should be can run at that side if they decide to run at that side. And I think the screen game would be an awesome way to do that. Trying to get these guards, maybe pull these tackles, somebody like a Terrence Steele, pull these tackles, get up on these linebackers, and drive them the heck out of these plays. Hopefully Dallas can get it going.
Yeah.
I think that's an important part of the game that you're missing, and teams are doing it to you.
Yeah.
Very much so. And you mentioned it just yesterday. There's a lot of similarities when you're looking at the defense that they like to run and Cowboys like to run. Their issues with the linebackers are issues with the linebackers.
They corners.
They hit us, hit them back. It's very similar. Like what you said, looking in the mirror is very much so. Please, very much so.
I was gonna do it. Copyright.
Oh, we can't.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's only a couple stanzas.
No, it's not even a copyright jail every week.
It's fine. It's crazy.
Go to
Anyways,
jail.
Christy, what are you looking for out of this matchup? You're going to be on the sidelines. What's something that you're kind of looking for out of this Cowboys? I'll stick with offense.
Offense? Yeah, sticking to the run game. But I also think that they can hit them with the big plays,
Talk
too.
about
I
it.
really do. I really do. That why I asked Kasey about the lack of pass rush.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, 5 sacks in 4 games. In 5 games, they're just not getting pressure. And if they try and generate it with the blitz, we've been talking about it for the past few weeks. You had the numbers last week, Nicole, or if not before, how effective Dak has been against it. So I see one of these games where, you kind of like small bites, run, and then
Boom.
hit them. Yeah, that's what I see for this game.
What about defense?
Defense is Bryce Young is gonna give you the ball.
Yep.
Christy.
No, he is.
He literally did.
He is. 4 turnovers last year, 2 when they played him 2 years ago, and it's been an issue again for him this year. So, it's hard to throw stones at the Panthers' pass rush when the Cowboys hadn't done much of it until last week. But you get enough on him, and I know that people say Bryce Young, he's a little guy, until you're on the field and you look out there and it's like, oh my gosh, he literally disappears in the huddle. He's such a small guy, and so just getting your hands up and PBUs, right, pass breakups.
I was thinking maybe some batted balls.
You get those batted balls. If the ball hadn't hit the sky cam last week,
the first thing I thought of.
Yeah, if Dante Fowler taking it off the face mask and the ball went straight in the air, and if it hadn't hit the sky cam, I mean, Kenny Clark really might have had a play on that ball, So that's another way with Bryce Young is if you can't get to him, at least get your hands up and possibly get a batted ball, a PBU, and maybe it'll fall into your teammates' hands.
All right, we're going to take our second break here on Girls Talk, Boys Talk. Up next, we're diving into our Farmer's Dog of the game. I think I said that right. I hope so. Farmer's Dog of the game. It's fine. And our X Factors heading into this matchup. We'll be right back with more Girls Talk, Boys Talk.
When you're on the field, you know what it takes to lead your team and play with confidence. But that confidence shouldn't just stop at game time. It should follow you off the field, too. Join over 500 NFL players who trust Invisalign, the #1 doctor-recommended clear aligner brand. Ready to take the first step towards a smile you'll love? Visit Invisalign.com/NFL and find a doctor near you today. Transform your smile and take your confidence to the next level, both on the field and off.
Cowboys fans, when it comes to navigating the ever-changing world of tax, your business needs a partner it can trust to tackle even your biggest tax challenges. Ryan is the largest firm in the world dedicated exclusively to business taxes. Our team of tax professionals has local expertise in all areas of tax and can help you uncover savings opportunities you didn't know you had. Learn more about how Ryan can improve your overall corporate tax performance by visiting Ryan.com. Ryan, the official tax partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
How does the cheerleader's hair always look so perfect? We asked, and they shared one of their biggest beauty secrets. If you want hair like theirs and confidence to match, use Babyliss Pro styling tools. The Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders use Babyliss Pro curling irons to get those perfect game day curls. To get the hair you see on the cheerleaders, head to BabylissPro.com. Use the code Cowboys20 for 20% off Babyliss Pro tools, the official styling tools of the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Get the discount while it lasts. Offer may be withdrawn at any time at advertiser's discretion.
Discover Aiden, the official luggage partner of the Dallas Cowboys and Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Known for top-tier engineering and craftsmanship, Aiden offers more than just bags. Originating from Australia and designed in New York, it merges fashion, design, and culture. Used by Dallas Cowboys players, staff, and the entire organization, Aiden provides style and functionality for all travelers. Visit AidenTheBrand.com and use code AidenXCowboys for 25% off your purchase. Travel like your favorite stars with Aiden.
The countdown to game day starts with Rally Days presented by SeatGeek. Get a behind-the-scenes look at AT&T Stadium. Meet the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders and alumni, play games, win prizes, and more. Get your tickets for the next Rally Day on October 18th at AT&TStadium.com/rallydays.
Dun, 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 dun. I don't know. I just feel like I needed to do that. Welcome back into Girls Talk. Yes!
She got rap battle sounds.
It's pretty bad. Welcome back into Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign, Nicole Hutchison, Brianna Aldridge, Christy Scales, Aisha Morrison. Ladies, we need our Farmer's Dog of the game. Was that better, Josh? That was better. That was great. That was lovely. All right. Woof, woof.
Was that a
that was
Was that woof or whoop? Whoop, whoop. What?
Not great.
Woof.
Wow.
That is not intimidating the
tried.
Panthers at all.
I need y'all. There we go. Yeah, that was better.
We'll practice
tried.
that. We'll practice.
I'll practice
It's
it.
still new.
It's fine. It's a fresh start. All right. Ladies, who's our Bombers dog of the game?
I'm going to start with, I'm doing Kenny Clark because I was in the locker room Wednesday, Thursday, and I promise you the question that came up to every single player was about the little soundbite from Rico Dowdle talking about buckle up. And everybody was like, we know Rico. He's a competitor. That's just how he is. You know, Sam Williams made a joke about, he's like, oh, yeah, he talked like that all the time. You guys never heard it. But Kenny Clark obviously didn't play here with Rico. And he said, he challenged him a little bit. He said, I don't think he's seen the tape. I don't think he knows what he's going up against, but let's see what he can do. And I was like, okay. So I feel like if you talk like that in the locker room, you got to shut down this man who just had a 200-plus yard game-setting record. So I'm going with Kenny Clark.
Who wants to go next?
I'm going to go defensive line, just like Bree, but I'm going to go Jadeveon Clowney, who grew up just a half hour from Charlotte and Rockport. And fun fact, his mama worked over 20 years in Charlotte at the Frito-Lay factory, sponsor, and on the Doritos machine. I'm like, my dream job.
That's actually pretty cool.
My dream
Your
job.
dream job.
Can you? He said she'd bring home Doritos every day. But anyway, we talked about taking the ball away from Bryce Young, and he'll give it up, and pass breakups, whatever. I think that the pass rush can get after him. And especially if they're without Moten, Kasey talked about they'll know later today if they're going to have the right tackle. So I'm gonna go with Clowney.
Ooh.
And maybe get some free Doritos from his mom.
You want me to
Whatever
go or
you
you
want
want
to
to go?
free food. Sorry.
We love free food. Do you want to go or you want me to go?
You can go.
Are you sure?
I'm thinking really
Okay, great,
hard
I'll go.
over here.
All right, y'all ready for mine?
Yes.
Thank you, girl.
Woof.
I'm going. We love it, Chrissy.
Christy's had it.
Usually I stick with the defensive line. I was right last week. I'm going with Maris Leofow.
We was on it last week.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
They've been working on, obviously with Jack Sanborn, possibly still going to be in concussion protocol. They've been seeing, obviously in practice, it's been Kenneth Murray, who Matt Eberflus confirmed he will be moving inside, playing the mic, and you'll have, Shamar James, Maris Leofow getting some more opportunities there. And he had a crucial forced fumble, punching the ball out last week. Obviously, the Cowboys were able to go turn that into points. Hello, we love that. So, yeah, I think that Maris is going to bring that physicality, that violence, and create a turnover. I think I'm expecting that out of Maris.
We love violence.
Yeah. What you got?
Oh yeah. I think I'm gonna go with. This is wishful thinking. I think I'm gonna go with Deron Bland or Trayvon Diggs, whatever way it works out against McMillan. I'm hoping that one of those gentlemen can be themselves, their old selves again. I remember we used to look at matchups between Diggs, especially with some of these big, lengthy, receivers, and we would think that would cancel each other out in a sense. Let's see what Diggs got. Let's see what Bland got against McMillan. We've already talked about how he has been, Ted McMillan has been such a big part of their offense from, the wide receiver position. So I'm looking at these corners to try to make some plays on the ball, and I kind of want to see them get back to their old selves.
Yeah. I like
take
that.
some risks, take some chances. So we'll see.
We all went defense. Interesting.
Yeah, that's pretty
I like
interesting.
that.
I guess all the
the
confidence
first
in the
time.
offense. We already know the offense.
We getting
Ho hum.
We getting spoiled. I know we getting a little spoiled.
Yeah.
Getting a little
I
spoiled.
don't know if that's a good
Okay.
thing or a bad thing. Is that a good thing?
We deserve
I like
it.
being spoiled.
We've gone through a lot. I'm not gonna feel sorry for anyone being confident about the offense. Shoot.
Tune that down.
I really do think that this is going to be a big play game.
Oh, it's gonna be a
Like I
lot
say,
of
just
explosive
small
plays.
bites, small bites, and Dak's leading the league in big play passes, 25-plus yards already, 14 in 5 games. I mean, heck,
Yeah.
it's awesome. Not to mention the explosive runs from Javonte Williams. So
I think the win means a little bit more now. If you're looking at the standings, I mean, the Commanders are a game away from the Eagles. We're right behind. Whatever the Commanders can do, that can change what this whole NFC East looks like after this week. So I think
Absolutely.
this one just became that much more important.
yeah, and the good news is we don't live in Philly. I mean, what a terrible day for them. The Phillies with an error and losing to the Dodgers, losing the series, and extra innings, and then the Giants dominated them last night.
Yeah, I slept well.
I slept. I was just baffled, but
I wouldn't. I've been looking at because
Jackson Dart is
he's interesting.
Oh my God, he's got that city on fire. He and Scatterboo.
Did you guys see him high five the ref?
Yes, that was.
I couldn't believe he didn't get a flag.
He's such a child.
But no, I mean, to your point, Bree, just talking about the division. I mean, don't nobody look like they are just dominant.
Everyone's figuring things out.
Absolutely. Every team has their weaknesses. Every team is trying to battle through injuries and stuff like that. And that's why I'm hoping if Dallas gets this win, you already know what you kind of got offensively, man. If Dallas has the opportunity, let's go get it. Like, ain't nobody scary.
That part.
Ain't nobody scary for real. Let's go get it. So I mean, there's a couple sleeper teams. I think the Bucks are,
Yeah,
I think the Bucks can play.
Right.
But I agree. I think we're at a point. It's early in the season, but some of these things that happen early in the season, they carry over. And I think I agree with you, Bree. I was looking at that game like.
I was sipping my tea.
Wow. I love that for you.
They got some trouble in paradise down there, up there. I don't feel sorry for the.
That's
the first time Philly and Paradise have ever been used in the same sentence.
I'm screaming. She needs to go. What y'all say? The door.
It wasn't me today. I get to stay today.
When you say something out of pocket,
I love Philly. I
love Philly.
No, I do. It's like the Jets. As long as it's a passionate fan base. I mean, that's what, because you can feel the energy on the sideline.
Oh, I bet.
And you can also feel the lack of energy on the sideline. And Bree, I know you can feel it too at these away games. And so that's what, going back to last Sunday's win at the Jets, is those two crucial drives, the offense getting those 2 touchdowns late in the second quarter just sucked the energy out of the Jets fans in that building, and you just felt everything turn then. The thing about Carolina is there are going to be so many Cowboys fans.
That's what I was about to say. There's
They're
so many
everywhere.
big fan
They're
base
everywhere.
there.
Well, just remember, Carolina wasn't even a franchise until '95, and so there is a huge swath of Cowboy fans through the South. And the fact that the Cowboys have played there 3 times, this will be 3 times in 3 consecutive years to play at a non-division opponent, very unusual. I can tell you that the ticket prices are really high on this game. They're like over $100 more than they were for the previous home game for the Panthers, and it's because it's the Cowboys. So they can make this the Cowboys get off to a decent start, and this will be another Cowboy fan takeover of the stadium if they get off to a good start.
Are you ready for the best part of the show?
Yes.
I'm kidding, it's not the best, but it is fun.
It's all, God.
I'm waiting.
Here it comes.
Bullseye or bust? Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. Dak Prescott throws for over 325 yards. Bullseye or bust?
It's going to be a bust for me. I think they're going to run the ball. They're going to run the ball, pass ball.
I hope it's a bust because I want to see them. That was the run.
Bust.
All right, great. Bullseye or bust? Javonte Williams becomes the first back to the season to rush for 100-plus yards on Carolina's defense. Is he rushing for over 100?
Ooh, that's a
Javonte?
good one.
I'm going to go bullseye.
Javonte? It's possible.
I think I'm going to go
I like
bullseye.
it.
Yeah, if we're not going to give Dak his 325,
Then
give
it got to
Javonte.
come somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I expect for Dallas to be balanced.
Okay.
Yeah, I expect for them to be balanced. I'm going to go
You ready?
bullseye. Yeah.
Bullseye or bust? Bryce Young is held under 175 passing yards. Bullseye or bust?
I think I'm going to go bust on that just because I think at the end maybe hopefully the Cowboys can get up and make them throw the ball a lot.
Yeah,
late in the
that's
game.
what I was thinking.
So I think I may go bust.
Okay.
But in a good way. Make them have to play from behind and get some junk yards.
Yeah, I'm
like
like
that.
bust. Put a little respect on Mr. Bryce Young. A little bit.
A little bit.
Cool. That's it? All right. Bullseye or bust? Ryan Flanoy tops 12 catches.
12 catches?
12.
What?
Double
In this
what
game?
he had? Okay, I'm going to have to bust on that one. I really do hope his consistency continues, and it's not like that one big game and then it goes kind of back. But doubling it is crazy work.
See, if he did that, then what Bree said earlier this week about the Cowboys liking coupons and stuff would be a little bit more prevalent for me, and I don't feel like dealing with that. George Pickens, because I feel like if he goes out there and do that, they're gonna be like, you gonna hear Jerry, George Pickens who? Nobody has time for that. Nobody has time for that at the end of this season.
I can't wait for that. That a little bit because we just his agent and who's else agent who's not here. Anyways, fine. Should be fun.
No,
stop. Nope.
Imagine him calling him, seeing that name on. You know what? That's fine. That's another story for
yeah.
next
We're
time.
gonna save that one. Are you ready?
Yeah,
you ready? All right, you have to take it over.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Bullseye or bust?
Absolutely not. Try it. That didn't have enough bass.
Good. I met your tone and everything.
No. Yeah. You need a little.
Bullseye or bust?
There we go.
I sound like a wrestling.
That's it.
I believe that one.
What are you gonna do?
See, she believed that one.
Sorry. Sugar honey ice.
You're ready. All right, it's all right. Kenny Clark and Oso Odighizuwa combined for 2.5 sacks.
Ooh,
I like it.
I like
That's what I'm
that
talking
too.
about. That's what I'm here for.
I like it, but I'm gonna go bust. I like it though. It sounds good.
How many?
It sounds good. It's crazy.
Sacks?
Yeah, 2.5
2
sacks.
sacks?
2.5.
Combined.
Yep.
I think I'm going to bust just because I think that they can provide the pressure, make Bryce go out, and then the ends get the. And how about blitzing off the? Let's send Reddy Stewart in.
A corner? Some nickel
that.
blitzes?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he ain't gonna see
Yeah,
it.
he ain't gonna see it.
I like that.
We going to jail. I can feel jail in my spirit.
Y'all ready for this?
Yes.
Which one am I gonna do? Let's see. Copyright. I'm gonna go with this one. You know what? Screw it. Cowboys. Excuse me. Bullseye or bust. There we go. Cowboys win by 2 touchdowns. Bullseye or bust.
I'll do bullseye.
I'm gonna go bullseye. I sound like it's gonna be a home game, low key.
Yeah. We can't sleep on the Panthers home crowd though because they just came back from a 17-0 deficit.
Yeah.
And Schottenheimer said they played their best game at home. That's only where their 2 wins come from. So I mean, their season, they're 2-3. They know what 2-4 kind of means in this situation, this time of the season. So expect them to be hungry. But I'm a still put my money on Dak Prescott.
I seen what they did last week, but I seen what they did the other weeks.
They're spicy. They have weird games.
They're unpredictable.
Yes.
I will say that it is difficult to gauge what the heck they are for real because I think
they don't know
they
what
have
they
a real identity.
Yeah, figuring that out as a team.
Yeah, that's what they said. That's what AJ Brown said about Philly.
I'm crying.
talk about it.
He was really into the iPad last night too.
Well, that was a wrap for him. Bullseye or bust. Yes, that was a great one. I feel like this was a great show, ladies.
I hope we hit on some of these.
I hope so.
We hit
too.
on them last
We'll see.
week.
We did.
We did.
Did we?
Yeah.
Show me down.
Okay. We're gonna have to start rolling back the tape. Get the proof.
Nah, just take our word.
Okay, cool.
No fact checking.
No fact checking. It's all good. All right. Well, Cowboys take on the Panthers, heading out to North Carolina. Ladies, you too. Safe travels. Obviously, hoping the Cowboys come back with a win, because if not, we're going to be mad. But it's all right. They're going to come back with a win. We're gonna
Yes,
be happy.
they are.
Happy Monday. Victory Monday. All right. Signing off for Girls Talk, Boys Talk. Brianna Aldridge, Christy Scales, Aisha Morrison. I'm Nicole Hutchison. See y'all back here on Monday.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.